Welcome to the very first video of Alone in the Dark, where we're gonna play the guy. We already played the female all the way through to the end. Let's hop into this. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. If you do, smash that like, subscribe if you're new. Anyway, let's play.
So, your uncle, what's wrong with him?
He's possessed.
As in the devil?
Something like that. He says a dark man is following him, watching him at all times.
What do you make of it?
It's nonsense, of course, but I'd be lying if I said it didn't bother me. You see, it runs in my family.
Possession?
No, Detective. Deteriorating melancholy. Practically every member of the Hartwood family is driven mad before they grow old.
But Jeremy didn't kill himself. Is that why he's at your setup?
Despite being convinced that he is truly possessed, he decided to put his last chips on Dr. Gray and his psychoanalysis, figuring he might stumble upon some cure.
You mentioned the letter.
I received a disturbing letter from Jeremy accusing the staff and all the other patients of being involved in some cult. And now they are also out to get him.
Could it be real? Or is it all just in his head?
It's a story he tells himself, Mr. Carnby. Anything to avoid the truth.
Which is?
That we're all terribly insignificant. That people mean so very little to one another. That there is no one out to get Jeremy Hartwood because he isn't worth getting.
And here we are.
My uncle's not well, Mr. Carnby. I want to make sure he's all right.
Then what's my part in this? You couldn't get a cab?
I just wouldn't feel safe going alone.
But it's Alone in the Dark, so what do you mean?
Did you bring a gun?
Yeah. You think it'll actually come to that?
No. But you might need to wave it around depending on how agreeable the staff will be.
What exactly are we gonna do when we find Jeremy?
I don't know. Let's just find him first.
So now we can select our player, and obviously we're gonna select the guy, Edward, because we played with the girl already.
Hello? Hello?
Looks abandoned.
It can't be. There has to be someone around.
Wait here. I'll go around back.
So like I said before, I think all the parts of the game will be exactly the same, whether you play the male or the female. And I literally just finished uploading the female on the channel. So now we're gonna play the male side of things and see if, obviously, I'm pretty sure everything is like gonna be the same. With minor differences
What do
in
we got here?
what they say. All good? Looking forward to the video? Yeah, man. Haven't you watched it on the Let's Play channel? So guys, I'm gonna start something new. I'm not gonna stream every single day, but I am gonna stream some games. It depends on how good I feel, obviously. Sometimes I just want to record an hour, and that will be uploaded to the Let's Play channel. Link should be in the description if you are interested in all single-player games. I don't know if we're gonna play the full game. I'm gonna try my best. The game is not that short, though. It's roughly about 6 hours or so. I'm not gonna speedrun the game, obviously. But I'm also not gonna linger around. We're also not gonna go 100%. And I'm playing the game currently on max graphics, so hopefully the game does survive it.
Whoa.
The big tree of doom. You watched the very first video of the woman?
Inside a conservatory.
Yeah, I don't want to give away the game, but this tree plays a big part in the whole story. Obviously, if you guys are new to my channel, I do not like to talk over any cutscenes. So you will actually get the game from start to end. The whole story.
Don't mind if I do.
Like I said, it's not going to be every game that I stream. So this is pretty much just a promotion to my single player channel, if that makes sense. Now, I don't think this game you have to loot fest, by the way. This game is very generous when it comes to ammo and healings and all these things. However, this game is very punishing if you didn't loot something that you should have had by now. Because it doesn't show you where it should have been or where you should have been. However, there is a good function of this game that I would love more other games to do. And it literally tells you what your objective is. So if I open up my inventory like this and say objective, someone's gonna talk.
Desetto, the old plantation building, was ready to fall, but kept alive by some starry-eyed carpetbagger called Dr. Gray. Seeing how the staff couldn't even be bothered with answering the door, Detective Comby figured they would just head inside and grab Jeremy. He just needed to open the front door for Emily first, so she could talk to her uncle.
So you can see here, chapter 1, find Jeremy is our main objective. And then it gives subcategories as well. So find the front door to let Emily inside. So we're gonna go there right now, obviously, but I also want to loot as much as I can. If the game is too laggy, just let me know. I'll load the graphics then.
Please do not touch the boiler. It is working after all. While the sabotage has caused a leak, only the decorative plate has been completely ruined. Let's wait for Mr. Chance to turn up and he can take a look at the leak. Mr. Waits.
That doesn't look safe.
So we need a valve here, and then we have a puzzle here that we need to solve. Why did it take 4 seconds to open the door? So this icon that we see here, that looks like a chef hat or something. It just means that the door is locked from the other side. It took me a while to realize that, just by the way. And I don't know who stores bullets inside the bathroom. But you know, it is the thing in this game, I guess. So we discovered the map here. The map in this game is extremely useful compared to like the old Resident Evil games. We have a Piazza key here. So I want to just show you guys, like if you open up the map, it will show you, it should show you where Piazza is. So it shows you which doors is locked from the other side. It shows you the icon which way you should go in. But the Piazza over here, you can see it doesn't show yet that I need the key for this. If I did need the key, it would be red. But if I have the key, it would turn green. So it's better to interact with everything, like this thing right here, Because it does get marked. It does get marked in the map. Like, I don't know why that doesn't get marked at the moment. You're gonna play a good role later.
Sunday, June 22nd. I spent all day looking for Jeremy. I should have cared for the others, but I'm scared that he will do something irreversible. Cassandra is upset that I didn't give her the latest shipment of pain medication that Waits brought from the post office yesterday. I would have given it to her, but the company didn't send a new key this time around, so the box is just sitting there on my desk. They must have figured we had plenty of their gimmicky keys by now. I only remember seeing one lately. Grace was playing with it inside the grand parlor. Unless it turns up by itself, it will have to wait. I have to figure out where Jeremy is. I think Jack knew something. That dog of his found a strange rot permeating the house. She's showing us, he said. Like those blots and streaks of fetid rot was talking to him.
Alrighty then.
So hold M to open up map.
I need the key.
So don't need to go upstairs just yet because there's no need for that. So we just came in here, by the way. We found the big tree down there. So just so you know, we are still discovering this whole place.
Oh. I need the key.
So if you go over there, the cutscene will happen that we found her. But like I said before, I like to open up the game as much as possible. It's pretty much just markings on the map. I did this so much also in another game called Silent Hill.
The Great Depression. President Hoover raises tariffs on over 20,000 imported goods in an act to protect American labor. Following the collapse of the Wall Street stock market on October 24 last year, American industry has suffered greatly. Thousands of companies have gone bankrupt and left a large part of the American workforce unemployed. In an attempt to turn the tide, the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act has been signed by President Herbert Hoover. By regulating commerce with foreign countries, the government hopes to encourage the industries of the United States to compete with cheap foreign imports. Superstition on rise. New Orleans voodoo stores and spiritual mediums see increased profit during troubled times. While the market has faced hard times ever since Black Thursday of last year, voodoo doctors and snake charmers see significant rise in number of customers. With the coming Eve of St. John on the 23rd, the police expect increased cult activity around Bayou St. John, the southern shore of Lake Pontchartrain. Voodoo rituals in that area on the Eve of St. John have a long tradition reaching back to the first snake worshippers brought as slaves from West Africa. During the 19th century, its practice was popularized by the legendary Marie Laveau and has since been embraced by many of the Creoles and the surviving aristocracy of the French Quarter. Author seeks asylum. Rumors regarding author Cassandra Beauregard making Derceto her home verified. Derceto Hospital is an old plantation building on the eastern shores of Lake Pontchartrain. While often considered an asylum for the insane, residing Dr. Elmore Lee Gray prefers to think of it as a convalescent home, a place where you can go to rest. The patient list is kept secret, but thought to include many of the black sheep of wealthy families, because at Derceto, treatment does not come for free. Local author Cassandra Beauregard has now been confirmed by her own admission. She's been lauded as a powerful Creole voice and written many successful books. Lately it was reported from Hollywood that she has finished a moving picture manuscript titled Slaughter Gulch. That film is set to hit the theaters next year.
How you doing, Trixie? Welcome back.
Welcome, welcome.
Thanks.
What are you doing? Who are you?
Whoa, pardon me, excuse me. My name is Edward Carnby, private investigator. I hope you don't mind we let ourselves inside.
I do mind.
This is private property. You can't just barge in here.
I'm sorry about all this, but I'm looking for my uncle. It's urgent, and no one was answering the door.
We can't hear you knocking anymore. None of us can.
Who is your uncle, darling?
Jeremy. Am I right? She has that Hartwood gloom, doesn't she?
That's right. I'm Emily Hartwood. I just came to make sure my uncle is all right.
Well, he is unavailable right now. You will have to come back another day.
Unavailable how? Is he sleeping? We can wait.
He's lost.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
Who's your man again, Miss Hartwood?
My name's Edward Carnby, private investigator.
Splendid.
Enough! All of you! Get back to your rooms! McCarthy, keep your eyes on the child. And you two, please leave immediately.
Look, we're not here to cause any trouble. Just let us see the old man, satisfy the curiosity of my client here, and we'll be off.
Jeremy has gone missing. There's no need to worry, but it might be some time before he turns up. The whole staff is looking for him.
What? He ran off?
I don't have time for any of this. Please, come back tomorrow.
All right, in that case, we'll just wait in his room. You don't mind, do you? It's upstairs, right?
Wait, you can't.
Don't worry, we'll be discreet.
In the corridor. It's the first door on your left. I'll tell Dr. Gray you're here.
Excellent. Thank you, madam. All right, here we are.
Let's look around. See if we can dig up any clues.
More games should read the text to you? Is that like a insult? That my reading is bad? I'm pretty sure it is.
Every night the dark man stands opaque at the threshold of my room, counting the days until my spirit spills out of my tired shape. Only his pallid mask shelters my remaining sanity. Staring directly into the face of that demonic sultan would surely sunder time itself. Would he have looked the same to my father as he struggled for his life? Does his veiled face haunt my niece quite the same way? I wish so that I could rest my soul in that sunburnt convent of Teruel. Would I find you there, Juan? Or Senora Pirosi, back from the beyond? Every night I hide from him, moving from one misshapen memory to another. Scenes conjured out of fantasy and delirium. Places I struggle to even paint. I wish I understood your death, Senora. Is there anything I could do for you but bury you in that bleak necropolis? That triumphant chapel rising above the ledges and the oven vaults shall be your sepulchre, where you may rest, and I shall weep.
So what I see here is there's 5 pages that we can obviously read. I'm not going to do that, guys. It's going to take a very long time, even though it's not me reading it. I just think it's a waste of time. Because like all the information that you need is on the very last page over here. It shows you the talisman. It shows you one of the passwords. It shows you the picture here with the sun, which is going to be important later. It shows you these icons, which will also be important. This is your very, very fast first password with the talisman. And it also shows you the direction of the, I would say, the scratch marks on top of one of the medallions that you'll use later. Some games have shitloads of text. Yeah, I'm currently playing a game that is called the Thaumaturge or something like that. Phenomenal game, just by the way. I love it so much. But there's just too much reading in it, so I just read the main things that's important for the game. There's just so much to read in that game, so... We also gotta paint the tile here. By the way, that is one of my favorite games this year, the Thaumaturge. It's very hard to pronounce that game name. Let's see what she has to say.
I found a book full of peculiar notes. Have you heard of something called Tarawea?
No. What's that?
I might be reading too much into this, but I think it's the place he wants to go to.
Oh, okay. Sounds like a clue.
It is a clue. Thank you for reminding me. So right now all we have to do is fix the easiest puzzle of our life. You know? If you can pass the first grade, this is the puzzle.
Hey, you know anything about this? Looks like some sort of talisman.
No, I don't. Oh, help me out here, will you?
I would kill the guy to throw some of this stuff out. I'd be crazy too if I had this much junk lying around.
Why do they struggle, dude? That thing looks light.
Oh, wow. That's striking. I want to save this one. All right, come on. I want to go see Dr. Gray. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Sounds like a game you could get into. Yeah, if you ever heard of a game called Darkest Dungeon, it's something like that. It's a turn-based...
Miss Hartwood.
Oh.
Emily? What the hell is going on? Where am I?
You are here. So now we're inside a city. Every time there's a writing in the right side, if I press M, then we'll get some dialogue. But before I do that, I just want to talk about it. Yeah, so it's a very weird game. It's a turn-based game. I normally don't like turn-based, but like when I played and finished Baldur's Gate 3, it changed everything to me when it comes to something like a turn-based game. It's phenomenal. If you enjoy Darkest Dungeon, I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy also the Thaumaturge, that I can't pronounce the game name, dude. Are you winning, son? Hey, here's enemies, dude.
Ah!
Spank me, daddy. Obviously, we don't have to kill them. Okay, so right off the bat, this guy has a different gun, also, than the girl does.
What the hell is going on?
Boom! Headshot! Ring the bell, dude. I'm yeah.
Don't let them get inside, compare. They're not the good kind.
Are you... Is this your store?
There are no owners here. We both strangers in Jeremy's story.
Jeremy did this. How?
The pact with the dog man. Jeremy warned us, but We didn't think much of it.
I'm Detective Edward Carnby. I was hired by Jeremy's niece to find him.
Oh, yeah? How much she paying you?
$150.
She's sure getting her money's worth tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a thinking man, compare?
Not if I can help it.
You know, I think Jeremy's hiding in a way we can't find him. He has this juju necklace that guides him.
The talisman?
That's right. It's some magic charm he got from Miss Jackson down the street.
The voodoo priestess?
You know surprising things, compare. Yeah, the Mama Loa. Here, take the key. I locked the gate to save her place from all the ghouls and goblins getting inside. Maybe if you go there, you can find some clues to show you the way.
Thanks. I'll have a look.
So right off the bat, that is completely different. This cutscene is completely different. Oh, no, we still get the whole key. Okay. So we get the keys here that will open up the library, the clerk's office, and something else. The French Quarter. It opens up 3 places. Yes, put your foot in there, dude. That seems safe. And also we can get all these things, though, which will add up eventually to get you some forbidden knowledge. And some of them actually unlocks the shotgun, which I think I might just be able to take now, since I played the game already. This is our second playthrough. Hello, baby.
You want to come along?
Nah, I'm gonna stay here for a while.
So yeah, I had 2 options. Either I make this streams like completely on a channel and just hide it, you know, that people don't know who I am. But I was like, okay, let's try it on Monza Games. Let's see if it's gonna be better this way. Right? And we'll see. We'll see what the difference will be eventually. Got a pipe here as a weapon.
Nice.
My weapon broke.
My weapon broke. Hello, baby. Come here. Wait. Come here, bro. Hey. Come out in the open. Let me show you how I throw stuff. Eat this. Why are you screaming like a little girl, dude? Chill. Oh, it's running, dude. Now you can scream. You missed. How dare you miss? Get wrecked, son. So much for the pipe, yes. So I decided to rather stream on this channel. Let's see how it goes for a while. We'll give it a few months. Oh snap, dodge, bro. Stop, drop and roll. Dude. Come here, son. He keeps screaming. Wait. Boom, headshot. I don't know why I say that, dude. It's kind of annoying. Hello, baby. Wait. Watch out, you might hurt yourself.
talisman, like the one in the painting.
So we found the talisman. I'm not going to read that because I'm lazy.
I think it's meant for the talisman.
Read my objective.
He recognized this place. It was Miss Jackson's seance room. The last time he was here, he had been trying to figure out the significance of wasps' nests and horsehair wrapped up in red silk. An image of a dead woman stabbed with hat pins flashed inside his mind. Conby shuddered. This was no time to dwell on the past. He needed to find out about the talisman and get back to Deseto.
I need to add first aid spray or a green plant. Dude, it's pretty much Resident Evil, right? Just different enemies. So let's here investigate. So back to this book here that I refuse to read everything. If you go to the last page, it actually shows you the password is 358 or 853.
I think it needs numbers, like coordinates. Maybe there's something in Jeremy's notes. It's showing something. A place? Where is that?
We're in the room. It's literally this room.
Huh.
So we opened that door with a talisman. And yeah, you do get somewhat like a first aid spray. It's just a potion you drink.
Detective, I was wondering when you were going to show up. Mrs. Thompson told me you were here. I understand you are working for Jeremy Hartwood's niece.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you're not wrong. We came here for her uncle. I didn't expect this. You are Dr. Gray, right?
That's right.
Why are you Gray?
You don't happen to have some identification, Detective. I'm not keen on having strangers prying into my business. Oh, Detective Edward Conby, Decatur Street, New Orleans. Enjoying the Vieux Carré, Detective? Those old French quarters, the voodoo people, the gangsters. I'm sure you live an exciting life.
Well, it's not quite like the stories, Doc. Just trying to make a living.
Aren't we all making a living? Well, welcome to Deseto, Detective. I hope your time here will be useful. Now, what can I do for you?
Why don't you tell me where I can find Jeremy Hartwood?
Why wouldn't that make for a short visit? I wish I could tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know. A drink, Detective?
Anything brandy.
Oh, you do belong in the French quarters, Detective. Armagnac or cognac?
You know, just give me the cheap stuff. I'm not much of a connoisseur.
Having low standards is not a virtue, Detective. Let me see if I can broaden your perspective.
What can you tell me about Jeremy?
I wouldn't want to go into details about his condition. Doctor-patient confidentiality. I'm sure you understand.
Sure, but he is crazy, and he's gone missing. Why?
Here, try this.
Ooh, it's good. Got a bite?
It's called a sidecar. The trick is not to be afraid of the tartness of the lemon. And for goodness sake, don't overdo the triple sec.
Okay, what can you tell me about Jeremy?
Well, let me think. He is an anxious man, constantly worried about events not presenting themselves according to his model of predestination. He complains about things not being carried out in the right order, and that some things simply shouldn't be. Is any of this helpful to you?
Not really. I was hoping for some direction where to look next.
I'm sorry. I have nothing for you then. You should talk to my orderlies. They have been looking for him for a while now. I'm sure they would appreciate your help.
Yeah, I ran into Batiste earlier. Come to think of it, he might have given me a lead.
Oh, excellent. So your investigation is already underway.
I'm gonna go, but I'm sure we'll meet again.
Looking forward to it. Safe returns.
And just like that, chapter 1 is done. It took me an hour to do before. Now it's 35 minutes, baby. It's not a speed run, I'm just gonna say that. But at least we know where to look for the puzzles. There
Detective
is...
Carnby, how did you... Where did you go?
I was just talking to Dr. Gray.
You disappeared.
No, it's not what you think. Have you found anything strange going on here?
Yes. Everyone is being incredibly evasive and I can't figure out why.
No, I mean something you can't explain. Paranormal, even.
Detective, I really need you to get yourself together. I can't do this alone.
Forget it. I'll figure it out.
Do you want to come see Dr. Gray?
No, I want to try something. With this talisman, I think I can follow Jeremy to the place he mentioned in the book. What was the name? Do you remember something Spanish? Tarawea. Yeah, that's where I need to go.
Detective, are you gonna be all right?
Yeah, of course. Go talk to Dr. Gray. We'll rendezvous later.
Bye, have a great time. There is one password that I don't know where to look for.
This
While Detective Carnby was grateful to be back at Derceto, he was eager to test his hypothesis. After having suffered through that sinister world, dressed as the French Quarter, Jeremy's writing could be read much more literally. What if Jeremy used his talisman to actually visit those places he mentioned in the book? Carnby felt certain that this was the answer. He wouldn't find Jeremy hiding inside Derceto. He would be in one of those other worlds. And to follow in his steps, Carnby would have to investigate the old clock and the boiler and find out what part they played.
So investigate the small parlor, find the clock mentioned. Okay, I know where that is. Find the boiler mentioned. I know where that is also. But we do need 2 pieces to actually... No, we don't. No, we just need the crank or the valve. And investigate Perosi, what Perosi knows.
Brought me back from the French Quarter in the blink of an eye. If Jeremy can travel so easily, then he could be hiding anywhere, even Tarawea. If he can do it, so can I.
Paul, you're right about the plates on the boiler and the clock. They have been sabotaged, and I think I know who did it. They have something to do with Jeremy's episodes and how he seems to disappear at night. Right now, it's important that you keep an eye out for any of the pieces. I want to find out if I can repair the plates. Let me know if you find any of them. Lottie.
Tell Lottie to take a look at the well in the kitchen garden.
I just need to figure out how the talisman works.
So we got another key here, room 6.
Dr. Elmore Lee Gray is Derceto's chief doctor. Accounting and all administrative work is handled by me, Paul Waits. Magdalena Thompson, or Mags, is responsible for the household. Jean-Baptiste and Charlotte Tabois are responsible for keeping the guests' medical regimens in check. Finally, Jack Chance is our gardener, who can occasionally be seen in the conservatory, but is for the most part busy outside. There are currently 6 guests at Derceto. Malcolm McCarthy and Ruth Tallant reside on the 1st floor. Jeremy Hartwood, Elisabetta Perosi, Grace Saunders, and of course Cassandra Beauregard live on the 2nd floor.
That will also become handy later.
Saw your notice in the boiler room. You should know Mr. Chance won't be coming back. I got no business being in there myself, but you can take a valve from the wine cellar if you want to try to stop the steam pouring out. Be careful.
So here's maybe the clues for this. So this is just like reading through patients, their names, their age, why they're submitted here, what is wrong with them, what their
Looks like all
flaws
the
is.
patients are accounted for, except for Jeremy.
So I think
There's no way I can get into this thing. Better leave it alone.
Are you sure? Because I remember this password. I think this is the only password that I had to do research on throughout my whole first run through of this game. And I think I might not want to touch it because the password might change by the time I need to actually access it. So we're just going to leave it as is, to be quite honest. So right now they mentioned that we need to go look for a clock. The map is updated, so look at the map. So we can access the library now, because we have the key. And we also have room 6. Which I think is here on the left. Let me just double check.
Yeah, sorry, Detective. Didn't mean to obstruct justice or anything.
That's fine.
You know, I'm kind of busy with my own case of a missing person. I was wondering if you seen Grace, a girl about yay high?
Can't say that I have. Why are you asking?
Well, I'm looking for her.
Is she in trouble?
No. She's just hiding somewhere. We can't have a rascal like that running around unchecked at a time like this, you understand?
Well, I haven't seen her.
Well, let me know if you find her. I'll be around. I'll keep an eye out for your man, Jeremy. You scratch my back, Detective, and I'll scratch yours.
I'll scratch my own back. Thank you. I'm old enough for that.
McCarthy reminded Detective Conby of an old barfly he used to know. He detested him. There was no getting around it. McCarthy was going to have a hard time getting on his good side.
So I think one of these is room 6. And as you say, waiting for Ada to pop up, there is actually an Ada in this game. And she does play quite a big role in the women's playthrough.
Huh. How eccentric.
And we are in her room right now.
Looks like alchemy, or star constellations.
It is obviously star constellations, so we'll have to figure out the star constellations with this. So the way this works is you want to turn around.
Things got some grim-looking rot on them.
You want to turn the paintings around so that they match the background. I think this one also. Oh, there's another one there. How about this one? Was that the noise? So the names is William, Franklin, and Nora. William, Franklin, and Nora.
Astarte Artist Colony. I remember hearing about their disappearance. Must have been 15 years or more now.
So William is number 2, Franklin is number 9, and which one is the last one? Is Nora? 4. So 294 is the password.
Will I need to remember how to get them out again? They are locked up for good reason. I am sure she is still able to whisper the answer in the ears of the wrong people. But not for long. I will see her burned soon enough. That black goat will be sacrificed to put an end to it all. Then it will all be over. No more Derceto, and sadly, no Astarte. Those good pirates of Pontchartrain. May you still sail the lake, until you find the shores of Hali.
Okay, so 2 is H. 9 is the stripe with Ohm, I guess. And 4 is a Gemini. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's Taurus. So 2, 9, and 4. So H. This one. And there we go. There's the password.
Got it.
And there we get the first broken piece that you'll use. I think it's for the password on the... Oh, that was weird. It's for the password on the... I think this area is done. Oh.
Huh? What? Ah!
So in this area, do not want to touch the worms, because it does damage to you.
It's stained.
Goodness.
Looks like some kind of rot. Oh, this must be the clock that Jeremy wrote about in the commonplace book.
Ah, it's for this password.
Looks like the plate that held the talisman in the seance room. But it's broken and missing some pieces. Oh.
Every game needs an Ada. I mean, it's not really an Ada, but it is a hot woman that is like, you know, flirting with you. So I guess that counts, right? So...
If it wasn't for the collection of peculiar statues, the old astronomical clock would draw every eye in the room. To Conby, it wasn't the intricate clockwork that stood out, but the odd-looking plate on the inside. It reminded him of the ritual bench in Miss Jackson's seance room, where he had manipulated the talisman to open a door back to Derceto. He wanted to try to replicate the procedure, but found that the inner part of the plate was broken. He would have to find the missing pieces and put the plate back together.
So we just want to investigate the well in the kitchen. In the kitchen garden. Which is this area right here, by the way. And this is the final key we have for that that key. It opens up three areas, sorry.
Lost Plantations of Louisiana. Thierry Briclot, 1917. Derceto was a small plantation on the eastern shore of Lake Pontchartrain. The land was considered difficult for industry and was sold for only $30 to Elijah Pickford in 1818. Pickford employed hundreds of workers from nearby New Orleans to clear the woods and build a small plantation mansion facing the lake with a striking Greek Revival temple facade. Derceto kept a modest production of barrique tobacco and indigo that persisted up till the Civil War. During the antebellum era, Derceto was the source of many rumors concerning voodoo and witchcraft. People who traveled the lake reported seeing people dance at night in front of bonfires, bleating and wailing. On June 17, 1862, Captain J.W. Norton of the Union Army recounts leading a raiding party from ships anchored in Lake Pontchartrain in order to seize control of Derceto and free the slaves working there. The captain was surprised to find the workers fighting back with unprecedented zeal. Norton's account describes these men and women as enraged with fanaticism. Pickford reportedly tried to placate the raiders, but was shot in the confusion. Captain Norton left the mansion burning and retreated to his ships with his men. Derceto was left in ruins for several decades. The ownership of the land was long disputed and returned to the Ledoux family in 1901. Several police reports were filed during the following years as the Ledoux tried to get rid of a camp of squatters on their land. The police made several visits to remove the trespassers, but the people kept returning. On November 1st, 1907, Inspector Legras of the police charged a deadly attack in order to save several children kidnapped by the squatters. Many were killed, and even more were jailed. The following year, Ledoux rebuilt Derceto, incorporating the surviving stone foundation and adding a magnificent wrought iron conservatory. The farmland had been reclaimed by the surrounding woods, so it was no longer profitable to use as a plantation. Instead, the house was turned into an artist's colony. The Astarte Artist Colony was a successful group of artists, including figures such as painter Heinrich Cassel and poet Nora Keith. The group was also known for their beloved Mardi Gras crew called the Pirates of Pontchartrain. On September 29, 1915, a tropical hurricane tore through Louisiana, causing Lake Pontchartrain to flood New Orleans. Due to the remote location of Derceto, it took almost 2 weeks for outsiders to learn that the artist's colony was abandoned. The 12 residing artists had all vanished without a trace. The empty mansion of Derceto still stands on the shore of Lake Pontchartrain, with much of its temple facade intact. The Ledoux family currently has no intention of repairing the house.
So we should meet our Ada-type woman over here. Eventually. So this is a way to the garden house, and we have the shotgun.
Now we're talking.
Because this is our second playthrough, we just pretty much just get it. And if you want to unlock it yourself, you could just watch my playthrough of it. You just have to collect a few things.
Wedge shot.
All these secrets that you collect. By anything that you see, you just press E on it and you'll be fine.
Christ, not again. No, what do we got here?
Bolt Cutter of Doom.
What the hell is going on?
So investigate the garden, which is over here. So that's the piece we need. And then the hose pipe, which is... Don't use the bolt cutter on them. I mean, I don't think you can. But now that we have the bolt cutter...
Got it.
We can get the hose.
Nice.
Always good to put the ladder up. Very important later anyway. And it is a big shortcut, by the way. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. So we'll turn up the water. And we'll lift up the bucket. Here's Cat. What are you doing? The game just saved. Always when you see the save, you're like, what did I just do? So, let's see over here. So we find, yeah, so we need to go to the boiler mentioned. I don't know why, because we don't have the crank yet, or the valve. And repair this, the plate. So we're gonna do this one right here. I don't know why we're getting sent to the boiler, because we can't do anything there at the moment. There might be a locked door that we can use the bolt cutters on. But for now, it doesn't make sense that the game is sending me there. Because we have everything right now to do this puzzle up here.
think I've seen this somewhere.
That doesn't look right. There we go. Oopsie.
I think the clock broke. Or maybe it just stopped at a very precise place.
So we have three numbers here, right? 3, 6, which is the big one is 6, small one is 3, and then the middle one is numero uno, I think is what it's called. Numeric, maybe? 4. So the password is 3, 4, 6.
Huh.
So I think it's actually the small one being 6, and then 3. There we go.
There's a picture in the black glass. It's showing me something. It's the hallway outside Jeremy's room.
So let's go there again.
And so it begins. One man, alone in the dark. Will he survive?
As his pride faded, Detective Conby was left with a feeling of unease. He had successfully managed to enter a whole new world. How could this be? And why did he accept this so readily? One thing was clear. There were no answers to be found by standing around questioning reality. Knowing only what he read in the commonplace book, Conby headed off to look for Jeremy in the hateful mound.
So right now it says there, go to the room revealed in the talisman, which is what we did. And then we have this room right here, which leads us to a different section of the game. So if someone asks me...
I made it. I entered another one of Jeremy's memories.
If someone asks me, like, how can I explain this game to them if they haven't seen this game before, I would say it's pretty much Silent Hill. You get to a different dimension of the game, at different sections of the game, called the Underworld or something like that.
May 1923, Monday. All okay, ready for delivery. Maintenance. Oil pump must be serviced. Any tampering causes large spills unless properly forestalled. Tuesday. Shipment delayed but delivered. Maintenance. Service bridge close to broken. Wednesday. Prospectors reluctantly agreed to show the burial mound to Mr. Hotwood, a painter, who read about our finds in the papers. He means to return tomorrow and try to find a way inside. Thursday. Mr. Hotwood's efforts delayed. The workers seemed nervous about his presence. Hotwood promised not to return to the compound. Instead, he has taken up an offer by L'Officier, the riverboat captain, who means to pilot him to the site tomorrow morning. Hopefully, that's the end, and work can resume. Maintenance. Bridge from the oil tower to the bayou has collapsed. Sabotage suspected.
This is the devil that guides us now.
Are you sure about that? So we're getting shotgun shells also now. Is what I'm talking about it. And then we need a key over here.
I need the key.
So we'll go get that key quickly. The upside down, yeah, something like that. You get to a different world and you get to play a different section. And it's pretty awesome, dude. Like, you know, the thing is, like, people say, oh, games need to become unique. They need to be very unique in what they do. I say no. You learn from games that does work, and you build upon that. If the wheel is invented, don't try and make a better or different wheel. Like, the wheel already works. The way you want to shape the car on top of the wheel, that's fine. I feel like there's way too many games that really, like, they try their best. How do I heal? I forgot how to heal. Oh, there we go. Just take something that works and make it better. Or different. I feel like Silent Hill could have been one of the biggest franchises ever to exist, but the games that I saw they released like this year, it looks completely trash. I don't know if... I never played it before. I don't know if I will, but it looks very bad, dude. It looks very bad. There we go, we found the lever, which is for one of the bridges that will lower. And I think we didn't see the guy come, like, walk in because I wasn't close to it. The enemy should spawn now. So be prepared. So these guys, they can't go on the wood. They can't go through that, so I'm already in a safe spot.
It worked.
Don't mind me, man. So giving you a new weapon. Haven't used the one at all. We have infinite ammo already. Infinite healings. What the heck, dude? This gun is so strong. It's always so funny when you see this as a weapon. Row, row, row your boat. But instead we're gonna row their face. You know, it's just my luck that I feel a very, very big poop developing, dude. Huh? How do you like them apples? Not good, man. Not good. Hello, baby. Hey, he dead. Hey, easy 1, 2, 3. A, B, C.
Looks pretty weak. I just need something to break it.
Easy peasy, baby. I don't think I need the other weapon. It feels like we're playing the game on easy, but it's normal. I don't know if this pistol is just way stronger than the girl's pistol. It is a rolly or a revolver. I should have used that. There's more rooms over here we can go to. And this is where you get one of the secrets, I remember. With the girl we got it here. I should say Emily, because I think that's her name. Boom! Headshot! Yeah, so we don't get the secret now with this guy. But there's a secret here. One of the collectibles. I wouldn't say secret. Sounds like someone needs a toilet break. Yeah, it's okay. We're going at an extremely strong pace in this game, which is insane. This guy is so much stronger. Like, I just have to say that. I'll keep saying it. With the girl, it feels like you're shooting pea shooters, like, literally. So you can avoid these guys by crouching. We got spotted. You can also just sprint, by the way. You don't have to avoid by going stealth. And one of the biggest enemies is gonna appear right now.
There's gotta be a way to get to the other side.
Hello from the other side. Oh, hi there. Burn, baby, burn. It is going inferno. Burn, baby, burn. Burn the mother down. That's exactly what you want to do with an oil rig, right? Cause havoc.
All right. Now what?
We have a cloth here. Tough cloth. It's a key item. I can't remember where you used this, to be quite honest.
Yeah, come on, Carby. Wouldn't you rather fall to your death than go up in flames?
Here we go. Who cares about my life, bro? Let me save my hat. Look at this excuse of a flashlight. Here comes one of the badass enemies.
What the hell is that thing?
So the best way to describe them is, if you play Resident Evil, is that they're lickers. You do not want to make noise when they're there. They run faster than you, they will find you, they will kill you. I think it is a one-shot kill. I didn't test it.
Mound Jeremy talked about in his book.